What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Outlier podcast. I pressed recording before you could do your bullshit.
Hey, still gonna get my nut on.
I see the neck veins popping out.
Pop one.
Do you know how many people tell me about that? I have a new viewer that told me, he was like, oh, because I was telling them I was about to record, right? And they're like, oh, are you gonna record with that guy that keeps making the weird noises? And I was like, yeah, I guess so. That's who I'm stuck with, you know?
But when you're begging and pleading,
I'll show you someone that begs and pleads. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. We're going to start off with the Would You Rathers. We have one from his streams. He now streams on multiple platforms, right?
Yeah,
YouTube,
we're on YouTube
Twitch.
and Twitch, and we're working our way to TikTok. We need to hit a follower threshold in order to start streaming on TikTok. So for the listeners, go check out my TikTok. It's Roger React, without the S, no S. Go follow us on there. That way we can start streaming on TikTok. Anyways. So the would you rather I have is, would you rather lose your hearing or your vision? Pretty basic, but I guess we can.
Hearing or your vision? I'll go first. I think I'd rather lose my hearing. I think so.
I'm gonna have to agree, bro.
Yeah.
It sucks that I love music so much, but
I didn't even think about that.
I love music so much, but dude, imagine not being able to see. That shit is just... That's crazy. What's the worst case scenario is being able to see and then losing that ability to see. Like if I couldn't see my whole life, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
You have no expectation.
Mm-hmm.
But when people like have vision for like 20 years and then the lights just shut off for life,
Yeah.
It's like,
Fuck
nah, son. I'm gonna have to go with lose my hearing. It's just
plus I feel like that's one that is closer to being solved than the eyesight thing, right? Like scientifically, I feel like the researchers are much closer to being able to solve death issues rather than eyesight, right? Because the eyes are, I think, way more complicated than the ears, even though they both are, right? But to fix one, I think would be harder to do the eyes for sure.
100%. I have a cousin that she went deaf from one ear, and her other ear was deteriorating already. And I don't know what they did, but she has hearing on both of her ears now. Yeah, but she has the hearing aid on one ear. The one that was the worst one. But yeah, bro, that's pretty cool. Bro. Imagine back then, like there was nothing like that.
Is that a genetic thing, do you think? Or is that like a rare type of...
By genetic, do you mean passed down?
Yeah, like well, not necessarily passed down, but more likely to be in the family, you know, because you have a deaf cousin.
I don't think so. I think that it's like more of like a flip of a coin thing, where it's like, you know, if people are born with different impediments or, you know, physical, like, you know how people have some kids are born with the I'm not sure, there's a specific name for it, where the lip is like
Hamza Chimaev. You seen his lip?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah. It's called a lip cliff, I think. A cliff.
Yeah, a cliffed lip. Something like that.
Some shit like that.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't think it's hereditary. I think it's just like a flip of a coin type thing.
All right, guys. Next, would you rather? Oh, by the way, let us know what you guys would pick. I feel like most people are gonna agree with us. I say that every time. I feel like I say that.
You're
every
so narcissistic, cuz.
I am, bro. I do have some narcissistic traits, but so do you. That's why we get along so well, right? No, you don't think so?
I think so, but I just like that you just presented another aspect of narcissism. You're like, oh yeah, I'm bad, but you're bad too.
Yeah, you smell like shit too. You're fat too, you know?
Yo.
This one comes from I Love Adriana 3, which I had to click on the name to figure out who the fuck it was.
Stevan.
It's Stevan.
Bro, come on, bro.
It's all right, bro. I'm a sim too. It happens.
Jesus
He
Christ.
says, "Would you rather be stuck in a room that's filled with New York rats for a week, or be stuck in an elevator with 3 aggressive gay men
I'd rather be stuck in a
uh,
room with Adriana.
trying to grope you for 3 days?"
Oh, damn.
Damn, that's a hard one.
I feel like the rats will eat you, bro, in New York.
For a
I
week?
feel, I feel like you're gone.
Yeah, for a week. I wouldn't risk it for a week. I feel like you'd for sure catch some disease. 100%. Interesting fact. Did you know there's not one rat in the world that does not have a disease? Not one
Yeah,
rat, not one mouse.
that's not
They
infectious. Yeah.
they all have a disease, some type of
Mhm.
something going on, which is
Yeah.
disgusting. So you for sure catch something.
Not only
100%.
that, I feel like they will eat you. Like if you do like catch something and like your skin's deteriorating, I feel like they smell the flesh or whatever. I feel like they will.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like my odds are better taking on them gay men.
Yeah. No, I was going to say I feel like if the room's filled with rats, you're not gonna win. 100%.
Yeah.
You're fucked. You're fucked. Especially because their teeth can chew through anything. So if you have boots, clothes on, it doesn't fucking matter. They don't care. Um, as for 3 men, right? Your odds aren't great, right? You're probably gonna get you're probably gonna get your ass beat, you know.
Probably gonna
But
get your cheeks clapped.
yeah, but at least you could put up a fight, and you got maybe they're like super frail, like who
Hopefully
knows?
they're very flamboyant and feminine,
Flamboyant, like super, like
Motherfuckers not
yeah,
type
yeah, yeah,
guys,
yeah, yeah, yeah. That video's hilarious, but I feel like I would take my chance with 3 people, 100%. Plus, it's only 3 days, right? You survive 3 days, you're fine.
Yeah.
A week, you're not surviving the week. You're gonna get something fucked up with you.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all of them, right? You don't have any more?
No, I don't have any more.
Okay. As you already know what I want to talk about. You just had a son this past Friday, right? Correct. I want you to walk us through kind of what that's like and the whole process of becoming a father, because you've technically been a father for 9 months, but you feel it once your baby's born in a different way. I can imagine, right? I don't know. I kind of want you to explain what those feelings are and those emotions are.
I like how, like, really quickly, I like how you acknowledge that my baby was a baby in conception.
For you. Yeah.
Ah.
For you. Yeah, because
Okay, whatever.
yeah.
Let's not go down that route.
Yeah.
That's for a topic for another podcast. Anyways, so I feel like
I
and
respect your pronouns, bro. That's why. Go ahead.
I feel like you're very interested in this because of the simple fact that you've heard the whole phenomenon that the whole fatherly or the motherly instinct kind of kicks in. And for me, I've said this before my boy was born. I'm not really looking forward to this whole him being an infant. Like I feel like he's just too delicate for me. That's why I feel like mothers are very important for kids because they're a little bit more delicate and a little bit more, attentive to babies like that. But what I have felt since he's been born is very paranoid. Like I've been checking up on him like every 30, even while I'm streaming, you can ask to stream every 30 minutes to an hour. I go down there just to check on him. And it's like, it's not that he's crying and nothing. I just want to make sure that he's fine, that he's breathing fine, or like, I'm always checking on him. It's more of a paranoia thing. I bought some locks for the house. I've like locked the whole house up, the fences on the side. It's more of like a protective thing, bro. I don't know why. Like I never had that in me, but and it's kind of messed up, right? It's like, oh, I didn't care about like people think
Your
of it like
wife?
you didn't care about your wife's safety before, right?
Yeah.
But it turns something on in your head that for me, and I don't know if other men can relate, but it's just more of like I become more of a protector more than anything.
Do you have a baby monitor?
No, I don't.
Do you have like a Ring doorbell?
No,
Or like a camera or something like that?
no.
I've
No,
been
we plan. We
this
plan on
this is
getting one.
this is super off topic. I know this is like derailing really hard. but I've been watching these videos on YouTube that are all about like door cameras and like baby monitors, and they're so creepy. Like there was one where this mom, because it alerts you right when there's movement in the
Movement.
camera, and her baby's monitor went off and it woke her up in the middle of the night, and so
Nah, bro.
no, so she like she's thinking right the baby's you know, woken up crying, whatever, checks the camera, and there's a man looking in the camera.
Shut the hell up, bro.
There's a dude looking in the camera, and so she screams, she gets up, she runs into the room, and there's no one there. And the crazy thing is though is that it's the video's captured. Like you could watch the video, and she called the police. The police came over. They searched the whole house. No one was there. So she thinks that when
She
she got
yelled.
yeah when she yelled and got up, he either went out the window or just hid somewhere, right? And then later made an escape. But
Okay, but like what happened? Because the camera obviously caught when she wasn't paying attention to the camera. What did he do in that meantime? Or didn't show?
um
Like
didn't
at what
it
point
didn't
did he
show.
pan
It
out?
didn't
Oh,
show.
okay.
I think it cuts out once there's like no movement, because he was like staying still, like, you know, like kind of like holy shit, I got caught low key, you know. I think he was too scared to move.
Oh no.
But yeah, obviously she didn't stick around to like watch him through the camera. She got up immediately and ran to the room, you know.
That's brave of her, bro.
Oh yeah, fucking crazy. But I mean, that's obviously not the ideal scenario, right? Because she 100% will get bodied by a man, right, in a physical fight. But I think it's fascinating that she didn't care. Like it's her child, you know. So of course she's gonna go in there, and that's something that I think you have now, right? Because you lock the fucking gates now and shit. Like if you give a fuck about your safety, but you
Yeah.
actually don't. It's more towards your child than anything. That's insane how that switch kind of flips. You know, is
Yeah.
that the only switch that has flipped for you since having a baby?
Yes, because I feel like I was already kind of like I already had like a lot of fatherly like characteristics about myself. Like a lot of people told me like that I've been a very mature person since a very young age. I feel like I've never been this very impulsive, immature person to begin with. Obviously when I'm streaming and when I'm here on the podcast, it's a lot different than when I'm living my actual life.
Hmm.
Um no, but I feel like, for instance, like I have a decent job, like my bills are paid, all those things. It's not like some exponential moment that just happened and like, oh, I need to become a good person. Like, no, I feel like I was a decent person already. Just that protective thing happened. But I do believe that that can turn the switch on for people that don't have their lives put together. Very interesting thing. It's kind of off topic, but kind of still in the same realm of the conversation. My wife knows somebody close to her, but I'm not gonna give the relation. This girl, and I think I told you, her baby daddy passed away,
Oh
and
shit!
she never told him that that was his daughter.
No way! No, you didn't tell me this.
Okay, she never told him that that was a father. Like he was really because supposedly he was really into like the drug life and he was selling and he was doing all this stuff. So she thought she was protecting her daughter by not telling him.
No
So he
way! But hold, the thing is that
that's what I'm
I've
trying to say.
heard of so many people that change for their child, like simply because they have a child, and she could have changed that man's life. And how did he die? Do you know?
I don't know. No.
Well, let's assume it was like drug related
Something
or
affiliated to
to
that.
his lifestyle. She could have potentially saved that man's life if she didn't deny him the fact of knowing that that's his child. Which, even if he was the biggest piece of shit, he still deserves to know, right? Like,
He still deserves to know. That's exactly where I'm leading up to. One, he deserves to know because that's the consequence you have to deal with because you knew the life he was living when you were sleeping around with
oh
him.
yeah,
Now,
100%.
you got pregnant. You don't reserve the right to keep that from him. Like you took that chance, you got pregnant, you decided to have the kid. he deserves to know that that's his kid, and obviously to be a part of the kid's life, whether he has to pay child support or whatever. But just like you said, bro, that could have changed him. Like that he could be alive right now. He could be a better person.
I have no idea where women get this idea that they have like overall say in what happens in a kid's life. I don't know where that idea comes from because it's obviously
Takes two.
a man's kid as well, right? Like I don't understand why she felt so entitled to deny that man the right to know that he has a kid. That's insane.
And she was feeling terrible about it, my wife said, and I was like, good.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
should feel terrible, bro. Like
yeah.
that's horrible.
Damn. If I'm that kid and I grow up and I ask about my dad and she's like, well, she's not gonna tell him or her.
Yeah, yeah.
She's gonna be like, well, your dad just didn't want to be around. That's what she's
Yeah.
gonna say. But in reality, she denied, that kid access to her dad, which is sad. That's I hate hearing shit like that. That's horrible. Cause then that kid's gonna be resentful of her dad forever.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
dad didn't love me. My dad didn't, but you don't know that. That's what your mom's telling you, right? So
Yeah.
that
That
sucks.
that's a that's true for me. Like when I was a kid, my mom did her best to make my brother and sisters, and including myself, hate my dad. Oh, your dad's a
Bro, I've
deadbeat.
I've I've met your dad. Your dad's a real respectable man. Super
Yeah.
super straightforward and nice man.
Yeah. Bro, anybody that meets him, everybody that knows him as a person, they just know that he's a very friendly guy. He's very firm, but like rightfully so. And yeah, like when I was growing up, my mom painted this picture of my dad, and until I grew to the age to understand that he wasn't like that, I not that I hated my dad, but I was very resentful towards my dad. Like, man, my dad doesn't want to be in my life. But little did I know, my mom was purposely trying to keep us away from him, so she can reap the benefits of everything that comes along with having kids.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be surprised how many people can relate to that. Because most people, or not most people, but a lot of people have parents that are not together, and that tends to be the story from what I've noticed is that like it's usually both parents that talk shit on the other parent to make them, oh, your mom's this, your mom's that, oh, your dad's this, your dad's that, and to
Yeah.
try to get your kids to pick a side and you know be with you, right? And that's what my parents did. So I feel like most people could relate to that if you have
Yeah.
split parents, right?
Yeah, that's what my parents did as well. So I think that's
Getting back to the your son, you had some changes in you, right? Very very expected. Did your wife have any changes that you have noticed or that she has noticed?
yeah, she was extremely anxious like through the whole like last 3 weeks, but since he's been born, she that anxiety has grown a bit more just because she's like, I want to make sure he's pooping right. I want to make sure that he's being fed enough. I want like all this stuff. But what's good about my wife is that one that shows that she cares. Sadly, bro, there's a lot of women out there that just do not give a
Yeah.
shit. So I remind her of that, and I tell her like, all this worrying is a good thing, although you could overdo it. But it means you care, and you can relax a bit and all that. But she's been very emotional. So like I was streaming last night, and you joined my stream, and I wasn't here, and it was because I needed to be there. It wasn't so much for the baby, but it was really for her because she's been so emotional right now, and the thing is, like me as a dad, I can't really do much. It's not like I can breastfeed him. It's not like I can do all this stuff. Like he eats like every hour or every hour and a half. And so it's like he needs to be with her most of the time. So she doesn't need me really physically. It's more emotionally.
You,
So
you, you should get a breast pump thing. I'm being serious.
oh,
Like
for her, for me.
for both of y'all.
No, she does. Yeah, she does.
Well,
We just got it today. Actually.
can't you just like put it in a bottle and then that way she could sleep and if you got to feed her you just give her breast milk from the bottle?
Yeah, bro. But
Right.
here's the thing. Like, yeah, but she cares so much that she doesn't. She wants to stay away from bottle
She
because
wants
she
skin to
doesn't.
skin.
Yeah, she wants the skin to skin. She wants that bond and all that. So, yeah, I mean, She's just extremely emotional and extremely anxious just because she doesn't want to mess up. That's what
I
I've
feel
seen.
like that's what most average first parents are like,
Hmm.
right? And then I feel like once you get more and more, like when you have your fourth one, you're not gonna give a fuck. You're gonna be giving them the formula, just fuck this
Well, yeah,
kid.
it's kind of like we see that phenomenon with everything that we do. It's like when your first day on the job, how careful are you?
Yeah,
And then it's like now you don't give a
yeah,
crap. It's
you
just like
just throwing
damn.
shit and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy. Um, what's your kid's name?
He's the third. He's gonna carry on the legacy. So
The
I'm
third.
junior. Yeah, Rogelio Quintero Jr. And then
Did you give him
my
a
boy.
middle name?
No, because if you give him a middle name, he's no longer the trilogy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it has to be the exact name.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But we are looking for a nickname. But I can't think of any nicknames. Maybe y'all can help me out on the podcast. Honestly, like we've been
Raji
trying.
Bear. You don't like that one?
No, because my nickname is RJ. Like all my family members and everybody close to me, here locally calls me RJ, and it's R for Rogelio, J for Junior, which is pretty damn clever, and it's stuck. But I don't know what to call my boy.
RJJ?
RJ3.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe the comments can help you out with that.
Yeah.
Man, but I can't believe I still don't believe that you're a dad. Because I've known you for how many years? Like 10 plus years? Longer than
Yeah.
10 years, right?
Yeah.
So to think that you're a dad just hasn't hit yet. I feel like once you're more absent, like once you're like, oh, I can't because like I gotta take my son to baseball practice or whatever, I'll be like, oh shit, this motherfucker's their dad, you know?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing you have to understand too is like you're my boy, bro. Like when you hang around with the boys, it's a lot different. Like our energy is always gonna be like a little bit more childish than what I am in
Yeah.
real life, than I am in the workplace. So I guess it's kind of hard for you to see me as like you always forget that I have a dog, and you're like, dude, I don't even see you having a dog. But like I go I go out and like I play with my dog and I take care of him and everything like that. But you can't see it because of the way that I present myself whenever I'm talking to you or here on the podcast,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I just feel like how we speak or how we talk to each other isn't a good representation of how I am all the time. And it's not me being fake because we all know that, the way that you talk to your grandma wouldn't be the way that you talk to your friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. I see that. I think that there was something you wanted to talk about, right?
Yeah, like a separate topic. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I think so. What was it?
What's wrong with you, bro?
I
You
don't
okay?
remember what you said. Did I write it down?
No, I remember, but
Oh yeah, okay. So you wanted to talk about the new bill passed in Russia. So I'm
yeah.
interested to hear about this because I didn't read too much about it, but you did kind of brief me on it a little bit.
Yeah,
So
so apparently Putin is passed a bill to stop LGBTQ affiliated everything. That goes speech, that goes like flags, shirts, anything, like just LGBTQ influence. He's passing a bill. You can serve jail time, or I think it's like $6,000 fine. And
God damn.
obviously, in a world that we live in America, that just sounds absolutely brutal,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I will agree with you. Like, to a certain extent, it's like I don't think personally anybody should be going to jail, serving time, or be paying a fine for being gay. Like, I think that's ridiculous, right? But I try to put myself in their seats and their eyes and see what's going on. And from my understanding, the reason why they're doing that is because they're trying to combat the West, which is us, the United
Mm-hmm.
States. According to them, they've seen the way United States has gone and they don't want to go the route that we have. Where basically the school curriculum has pushed for this wokeism and teaching our kids about gender and sex being separated and promoting kids to be fluid in genders and being transgender and all that stuff. They don't believe in that over there. They don't think that it's the way. That's not the model they want to follow. So Putin decided to pass his bill, which I think is interesting. I want to see how it plays out. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, though, 100% the way the U.S. is going about it is, I don't think anyone likes that except for the people that benefit from it. But um, I feel like it's only a phase. Like it'll get better eventually. Like right now, it's in the height of cancel culture and wokeness and that whole thing, and eventually it'll simmer down, man, because it's not like real, I guess, if you want to say that. It's just it's a small amount of people being super loud, and it's making it seem like it's bigger than it really is. So eventually it'll die down, and things will go back to normal, hopefully, right? But
I think you're totally right.
I could see why Russia's scared of that, though, right? Because of their beliefs and their values and all that. But to kind of charge people for being gay, right? That's crazy. The fact that there's still countries out there that, because we're so blessed, right? The U.S. could say or whatever the fuck they want to do if you're an American, right? But if you live anywhere else, we kind of forget as Americans that other people don't have those same privileges that we do, right? And so we kind of take that for granted. Like Brittany Griner, right? She's over there right now, riding away with their dumb ass.
I was gonna say that, but this also reminded me about what I wanted to segue this into, and it falls in the same umbrella. Remember, I was telling you about the guy at the World Cup, the American that was wearing an LGBTQ shirt or cap or something like that, and they told him that it wasn't allowed, that he couldn't enter the stadium, and he tried to imply his rights, his God-given rights, and he's bro, it's not your country, and this is like what we always talk about. You have to understand that you are not privileged when you go to a different country. And people have a hard time realizing how privileged they are here in America. And I feel like those people are in for a rude awakening whenever they travel.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, to be at the World Cup, you're probably privileged already, because I'm sure it's stupid money, right?
Yeah.
To be able to go to that thing. So that guy is one of the people that make Americans look bad, because that's exactly what the stereotype is of Americans, is that like we're entitled, people.
Right.
And this guy went over there to a different country and tried to be entitled. And what happened to him? He went to jail or something, right?
Nah, they just didn't let him in or anything like that. I think like security escorted him or.
Yeah, see, he got lucky, bro. It could have been way worse. He could have been put in jail and shit. Like, I don't know, but people like that need to realize that you're not the center of the world. Like, no one gives a fuck who you are or where you're from. If you're in a different country, you show respect, bro. Period.
Facts, bro.
You don't fuck around with that shit.
Yeah, bro. I wouldn't dare.
Yeah, hell no. Because I mean, look at what happened with Brittany Griner, right? Like, that's like the worst case scenario. Why would you ever fuck around in another country? Do not do that. It doesn't matter where. But anyways, I was gonna tell you, I was actually listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. I think it was more of a clip rather than a whole podcast. But they were talking about how the U.S. back in the day was putting money into creating a gay bomb. Yeah, so they had scientists working on a gay bomb. A gay bomb.
So this is what I think about when you say that. A bomb for gay people.
No. So it was a bomb developed in hopes that when it's deployed, it will turn the people affected by the bomb gay. And apparently this was a very doable thing that researchers thought they could do. Like apparently there's like this chemical
I was about to say.
that turns people gay. Like apparently this exists, and they were pumping money into making a bomb out of it, in hopes of turning the opposite troops gay. So their thought was that if they turned the troops gay, they would get nothing done because they would just fuck all day. That was their thoughts. So they were like, "Oh, if we bomb the opposite team with gayness, they'll just fuck all day, and we'll just come in and kill them." And that's what they were thinking. And that's fucking crazy, bro. That was actually like a plan, you know? And imagine if they went through with it, like what would have happened? Like, do you think it would have worked? Probably not, right?
Fuck, that sounds ridiculous. That sounds like something out of.
Bro, how pissed. I know I'd be pissed if I went to war and I survived and I went home and I was gay. Oh, hell no, bro. They're gonna be like, what the fuck happened to you, bro?
Yo.
No, the fuck is not. Yeah.
What's wrong with being gay, bro?
Nothing, but like just to be like, man, like.
Imagine coming home and being happy.
No, but just to know that someone caused that to you, like someone fucked with your being, like now you have to live. Like it's the same thing as like losing a leg for me because someone changed, someone altered me in some way, you know. If I was gay naturally, it wouldn't be a big deal, right? But to come home and be affected by a war bomb, that's harsh, don't you think?
Nah, bro, I wouldn't mind.
You wouldn't mind being gay?
Talking about. You're about to get canceled after this podcast publishes.
Why? I have no problem with gay people.
That's what every gay hater says.
How could I be homophobic? My bitch is gay. what did Speed say? How could I
be gay?
My bitch is
homophobic. He's not wrong.
That should make
if
sense.
She's homophobic, right?
Yeah,
if she's homophobic, he can't be gay because then she won't fuck with them.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, a gay bomb. Can you believe that shit? A gay bomb.
This sounds like something out of a anime.
It doesn't sound real, right? I think I'm gonna try to buy one online and hit your ass with one.
But when I try to bend you over,
nah, you gonna get on your knees. You'd be submissive one. I know you.
You just said you were a simp like 20 minutes ago.
I was actually having this conversation with my coworkers. I'm a simp when I like someone. Like if I really like someone, I'll be a simp. Like I don't care. I'll go all out for them, whatever. But if I'm just like, if I don't really care about the person, I'm more of an asshole. Yeah. You know that. I'm an asshole too.
You're an arsehole?
Yeah. Oh, well, is Lee still in the chat? She typing?
She's in the chat. Yeah, what's up?
No, I thought she was going to comment on that whole gay bomb thing because you know how she's...
Yo, chill.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, that's 33 minutes and 33 seconds. That's a pretty lengthy podcast. Let me know if you guys think I'm going to get canceled for that little gay rant I had. Just to clear the air, go ahead and tell them.
You're gay.
I'm half gay. I'm bisexual.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. But I have no problem with gay people just to be straight. No pun intended. That was kind of funny, right? Just to be straight. That was kind of funny. But yeah, you made it seem like if I hate people, bro. I don't know why you did that.
Nah, bro, don't worry about it. After Kanye West hasn't got canceled, nobody can get canceled anymore.
I hope not. Shit, I think that's one of the lamest things is cancel culture right now.
Facts.
And he was talking about Nazis and shit, right?
Yeah. Well, technically, he got canceled. It's like you got to define cancel, right? Because he got kicked off of Twitter, and Adidas left him. Like, you know, he's losing deals, but at the same time, I think
Kim K
he has a lot more for that, you know, BDE. But I know a lot of people that are are becoming more passionate of a fan of him.
No. I will say this. I've went back and listened to a bunch of his old music. I don't.
His music.
He's for sure, like, I think him and Drake are like top two, like, of all time, because of how long they've created great music and stayed relevant for, like, no one else has done that like them.
Yeah, Drake's not even in my top 5. Kanye West is.
Really? Oh well, yeah. You like a bunch of bullshit.
Bro, Kanye West's music, dude, he might be like my number one artist of all
Bro,
time.
I've been replaying "Homecoming" by Kanye West. I love that song, man. I've totally forgot that song existed. Such a good song.
That whole album's a fucking banger, bro.
Yeah. All right, guys. With that being said, we'll see you guys next week for the new episode of the Outlier podcast. As always, comment a "Would you rather," and we'll be sure comment a "Would you rather," and we'll be sure to mention in the next one. Anything you want to plug? Your new channels, your new streams?
Yeah, guys, we're hitting it hot. We're almost at 100 subscribers on the brand new channel, Roger Reacts. We have over like I think 20,000 views on the channel. Roger Reacts on YouTube and Twitch. Roger React on TikTok, and the Common Podcast on YouTube and Spotify. But yeah, guys, go check me out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.